start. We had a lot of new faces out there. I thought overall, the guys had a purpose to what they were doing. Obviously, we made a lot of mistakes on the defensive end, but I figured that we've been making a lot of mistakes in practice on the defensive end, and our intensity, our commitment on the defensive end has got to improve. But it will. The new guys will figure out we've got to do a much better job there with Elgin and Joe's leadership. Jaleel, we'll pick up practices on the defensive end. But we have a tremendous amount of work to do there. Offensively, I thought we shared the ball, we moved, we showed our quickness at times. We do have an athletic team, fairly quick. Size is a problem for us, so we've just got a tremendous amount of work to do. More so on the defensive end, I think, than the offensive end.
Elgin, just as far as getting out for the first scrimmage or whatever, how much do you feel that the practices you've had so far was able to translate today into the game today, and how much do you think is still left to be found?
Just like Coach said, we made a lot of mistakes in practice. I think it was a lot of good things that happened out there as well, but when we make mistakes, that means there's a lot of room for improvement.
Coach, what do you take away from an exhibition against an opponent that's clearly overmatched?
Well, we just wanted to get out on the floor. So many of our guys, it's the first time, out on our floor in front of people. So I thought that was really important for us. We start off the season and games come pretty quickly. So starting with Coppin and then Detroit, Toledo's got a heck of a ball club. Then we go to New York. So in the next 3 weeks, things are going to come at us really quick. I thought it was important to get our guys out. I hope they look at the film critically tomorrow and look at all the things we need to improve upon. I thought we got off to a good start. The intensity on the defensive end was really good, and then we got the big lead, and then it was just kind of, let's just exchange baskets. And I was disappointed in that just because we don't have any opportunities to prepare. And with so few of guys having any Division I experience, every minute counts. And I just didn't think we approached it at times like that.
How much will you guys use the actual film from this game? Will you kind of review it like it was like a full-on regular season game?
Absolutely. We'll be in film tomorrow, and we'll break it down tonight, and spend a lot of time on it tomorrow because there's so many things. Guys that haven't been with us, when we try to make corrections during the game, they're not sure. They want to believe, that they didn't make a cut and didn't do something they needed to do, or they weren't helping. But when they see it, it's like, see how bad it looks, then, they're a lot easier, the next time to show, what that correction needs to be. So we've got a lot of new guys, when we're talking to them about offing to the ball and, helping and talking and, switching some things. They're not sure what we're doing. And so you're going to make mistakes until you get sure of what's supposed to be done, get a lot more confident in it. You're going to make some mistakes. So we just got to show them on film where those mistakes are being made. Once they see them, they really have a much better feel for them. We can slow it down and really show them what we should have done rather than what we did do. And that was our first time out. So there'll be a lot of corrections to be made.
How do you feel the new guys play?
I think everybody did real well, but at the same time, we just need to focus in more, attention to detail more, and just bring more energy to games and in practice.
Dana, did any of the new guys stand out above the others?
Well, I really like Dylan getting 6 boards. I like Dwayne getting 8. Jordan Bell had 7. So if there's one good thing, those 3 new guys stepped up, gave us some rebounds. Elgin had 8, 6 on the offensive end, chasing a couple of his own misses. But I just thought with Dwayne getting 8 rebounds, 8 of them on the defensive end, that's a good sign. We got to have those guys thinking about boards, and I thought some of those guys going back and rebounding were pretty good. We've got to get much more physical there, but I thought Dwayne, Dylan did a good job. Ahmad, I thought would talk a little bit more. He's got to be a lot more talkative out there. He's been talking pretty good in practice, and I thought Casey gave us some good minutes. So no, I thought the new guys overall, Dylan showed some of his ability to score. So, I kind of what I expected, kind of what we've been seeing in practice.
You mentioned the starting lineup is kind of going to be a work in progress throughout the season. Did you choose your starters tonight based on the starting five? Did you think you'd go with it this season, the regular season we're starting tonight, or did you?
No, I didn't know until we were sitting on the bench. Who we were going. I told the team before that Elgin and Joe were going to start because of their experience, and after that, I didn't know. We've had guys. Jaleel missed a lot of time with the back, so he'd missed the first 2 weeks practice. Dwayne had missed some time with the foot injury, not quite as much, 3 days. But we had a lot of guys in and out of practice. And the consistency of guys in practice, hasn't been that good. We've had some great days, and then, day after day, we just haven't put enough days together. But that's real common for new guys. New guys, it takes a lot of discipline to practice 3 hours one day and come back the next day and go 2 a days, and then come back the next day and go 3 again. And you got to get used to it. And it's not easy as a newer guy. And so I was not surprised, by the up and down. But, as we move through the season, you expect it to improve.
How did you like Joe Young at points? Seemed like he played a lot of that tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I thought there were a couple chances. All of us could have moved the ball up the court better. I thought, we're giving everybody a lot of freedom to get it and take it, but I thought we dribbled too much. Not only Joe, but I thought all our guards, and even our bigs when they brought it, weren't looking ahead, to give it up. And because of that, our organization on the break wasn't what we should have had. But that will improve. I'm a lot less worried about the offense improving than I am the defensive end. I think when we show them there's a way to get more buckets, they get into that pretty good. Defensively, is where we really got to focus here this week.
Overall, how do you think Joe Young played?
Oh, I thought he had a lot of good things. His shooting percentage, 9 for 13 is good. He's always been a good free throw shooter. 7 assists, 1 turnover. Love to see that from any guard. So, he broke the press. They tried pressing us one time. He broke it. I think he gave it to Dylan for a layup or somebody. But no, I thought he made some good plays. Again, our organization's just got to get better. But our shots, Joe got 13 and Elgin got 13. They both got to the free throw line a little bit. So, those 2 vets early in the season, we want to run a lot of things for them. We've got to move Elgin around so that we can find ways to get him some shots. We've got to move Joe around so we can find some ways to give him shots. I thought they looked, the most comfortable taking shots. Dylan and Dwayne looked pretty comfortable taking shots, but, we got to, within the framework of our offense, move those guys around so we can find ways to get them shots.
He shot exceptionally well early, and then generally 60% is pretty good for exhibition. Do you feel this is a good shooting team, or? Yeah,
I do. I mean, I think we got a lot of guys who can shoot the ball. Elgin's really worked on his shooting, improved. Dwayne's a good shooter. Dylan can shoot it. Joe's obviously with his numbers. Ahmad and Casey can shoot it. Theo's a good shooter. Jaleel didn't shoot it well tonight, but he's a very good shooter. So, yeah, I think we've got a really good shooting team. And Jordan is improving from 15, 16 and in. So, yeah, I think everybody on our team can shoot the ball, which really gives us some options. And they're going to have to because, we are small, so we're going to have to spread that floor and we're going to have to get some shots.
You've got another exhibition coming up. Particular things you need to accomplish before then, or that you want to see in the next exhibition?
Well, we've got to make big strides defensively. We've got to get a lot better defensively. There's no doubt about that, and our guys know that. So, you know, I think offensively, we got to get everybody in the spots. We got to get a little bit more organized and a lot more disciplined with our offense. But I know we'll do that. You know, they'll want to do that on the offensive end. But the defensive ends, we got to sharpen up so much. We've got a lot further to go defensively than we do offensively.
Anything else?